Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Barb Bacon, and I'm a community advocate here in South Charlotte. If I had my buttons on today, it would be, let's get some gun control. I'm tired of looking at the news and seeing this. Black Lives Matter in honor of our friend Joel. And let's have equal rights for everybody.
Hello, this is Jenny-Jaymes Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms and Men Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. You're the co-host. My buttons are Moms and Men Action, gun sense legislation, healthcare for all, Medicare for all, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Good morning, everybody. It is October 30th, the last Wednesday before the election, the last Wednesday of the month, the spooky month. And this is Coffee and Pan Dulce time. And we are rocking and rolling. And we've been talking about this all year. And it's kind of like Christmas time. We talk about Christmas all year. And we get all excited. And the tree is up. And the presents are wrapped. Everything's going. And this is Christmas Eve for the political world. This is the go time. This is the last part of early voting. The last, the general election. Election day is next Tuesday. We're here. We are here to dance and ready to go. And this is Christian and Jenny, and we're excited. We're hopeful, and we got a lot to share with you over the next 30 minutes. So, Christian, take it away.
Yeah, Jenny, as Jenny said, welcome everyone. And I've got this weird aura going on. If you're watching this show, watching this show, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're listening to it, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
You look so holy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, maybe that's, you're right. So, as Jenny said, welcome everyone to Coffee and Pan Dulce. I'm Christian Cano, one of your co-hosts, along with Jenny Gunn. We want to thank everyone who's joining us. As she said, today is October 30th, our last show before the general election. We've been waiting for this all year long. Here it is. Like she said, it's like Christmas Eve. It's birthday Eve, all of everything. Plus, it's still Jenny's favorite time of year. She's pumpkin spice. Yeah, she's pumpkin spice from the Spice Girls. Mm-hmm. So we want to welcome everyone thank you everyone who watches us on Facebook and YouTube, and the thousands who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. This has been the year of the podcast. We'll see how things continue. I think, you see a lot of things changing all around from media to influences and so forth. This is going to be a really interesting time for all of us. I have been waiting for this all year long. We've been talking about this. We're down to the wire. Jenny has a show that drops at 11:30 every Wednesday. She talks about a lot of really important things as well. And she's been very consistent all fall. And even Jenny started in the summer, reminding people to register to vote, reminding people to get out to vote. She's been the get out the one woman get out the vote.
I'm gonna get out the vote cheerleader. I believe in voting. And it's something. It's not even because of my politics. It's really because if we're going to preach that we should be good neighbors and that we should love that neighbor, one of the greatest ways to love your community is to vote and to participate with your community. I shouldn't have to be said, but we do, and it is important. And for people that don't traditionally vote, here's your opportunity to participate and say, "I did."
Sure. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So today's show is Voto 2024. Can America stop the stupid? And I know that's kind of clickbaitish, but it really is. I mean, can we stop this crazy train, the chaos train, for a second time in a row? I think we can, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll see. So, this is really bothering me. So when we go into Bob's current events, I'm going to change my background here. So let's jump directly into Barb's current events. Actually, when you're answering Barb's current events, Jenny, I'm going to change it. So let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right, here we go. We only got two this time because one of them is actually enough for like a whole show. So the first one is crazy guy, porn addict Mark Robinson, who's running for governor in the state of North Carolina. He is suing CNN and I believe the musician that he used to go visit him. This guy has a band. He was the guy who worked at the porn store that Mark Robinson allegedly used to. Well, he's now admitting that he did go see him. But he's, you know how they do the drip, like Trump used to. Well, I don't know that woman. Never heard of the woman. Well, maybe if I did know her, but I didn't know her that well. And so
she wasn't pretty enough.
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't pretty enough. So Mark Robinson is suing CNN and this individual. And I think another outlet. I think they're an online newspaper in North Carolina that helped, with the story. He sued him for $50 million. But most people who have read the lawsuit say there's nothing in it that says that he's actually denying it. All he's saying is it's slanderous and they did it for, mean. They're mean. So he's suing him.
Bad people.
Within a week of when he dropped this lawsuit and had this big public announcement to kind of, he said, I said I would do this and I'm doing it. Anyone can sue. He's now lowered it from $50 million to $20,000. So that was just kind of like done. He hasn't said anything, but it's gone from 50 million. Okay, just give me some fries and a burger. So that's the first one. Yeah, that's the first one. The second one is in the last days, we're down to 13 days, or actually probably when you watch this, it's going to be like 6 days until the election. When Donald J. Trump, the MAGA crazy guy, is getting a little bit more desperate. He's trying harder and harder to shock not only the media, but also people in general. He's saying crazier and crazier things. And Jenny talks about one of the things he talked about Arnold Palmer's junk size. That's the most politest way. Penis size. Let's say it.
We're adults.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you saw that, Jenny, but the Speaker of the House, Johnson, was on CNN. And CNN was using the word penis, and Johnson said, "Stop saying that."
He was getting excited.
Exactly. He had to get his what was that partner? The responsibility partner, his son. He had to get his son. He
had to get on his app real quick.
Yes, I'm going to need you to help me on this one.
I can't look at.
I don't know if I can make it out of this. That's right. So Trump is getting more desperate and desperate. There was an article. That when he was in North Carolina, he's been in North Carolina a lot. He was in North Carolina, I believe it was in the East Coast of North Carolina, and people were leaving. It was at wherever East Carolina University is. He had a rally there, and people were leaving the rally. A lot of people, as always, say they were leaving because they wanted to beat traffic, but they started leaving when he started really demonizing the immigrants and talking about, things like that. One of the persons basically said, I've heard this. I just really wanted to see him. I didn't want to hear what he has to say. And so it's becoming so obnoxious, even to MAGA supporters, that they're like, all right, the shockness has wore off. I've seen enough car wrecks, and so that's, I don't know if the gig is up. I don't think it is, but, or the jig is up, whatever the term it is. So those are the two. Jenny, spend as much time you want to on those two, because I've got to change my background. Tell us what you think.
I kind of want to jump into the Mike Johnson deal, because he really lost it. Like Ken and Jazz, and I think the irony of the irony is the fact that his son's has this weird deal with his son, his teenage son, by the way, not an adult son, but a teenage son. Helps him go on this app and is a masturbation accountability partner.
Exactly.
Now, first, I'd love to see the family conversation on how that was. What a weird thing. And for anybody that has kids, and especially if you have kids that are below the age of 18, why would you use them that's just there's a level of creepiness with the Republican Party, with the genitalia obsession parties, I like to call them, and they're so weird. When somebody's that weird about genitalia and sexuality and stuff like that, you know that they got some problems. You got something. And speaking of sexual dysfunction, Mark Robinson in this suit, CNN, the former video store manager that was his friend and all this. Yeah. Why do it? You've already proven that you're a jackass. Yeah. 4 years of him being lieutenant governor. He's clearly not going to beat Josh Stein because he is an absolute jackass. And nobody wants to see this guy governor. Not even Republicans in the state want to see him. There's nobody rushing to. The only person that is endorsing him is dickhead Dan Bishop. Yep. And even Dan Bishop is trying to sidestep the endorsement now. Yeah. Because it's killing his own campaign against Jeff Jackson. Because not that Dan Bishop needs any help looking horrible. He's a horrible human being. Bathroom man, we like to call him here in North Carolina, because he wrote the bathroom bill and is an anti-LGBT psychopath, a terrorist. But Mark Robinson, dude, to take the lawsuit from $50 million to $20 grand, why don't you just drop the suit? Like, why do? Well,
he's not going to.
You like
it'll mysteriously disappear after the election.
Oh the Wednesday after the election, he's going to be. By the time we drop our next show, he's going to be like, well. You see what it is.
What happened was
Mark Robinson reminds me of the street vendor that has a trench coat full of the fake watches. Like he has all the Romexes instead of Rolexes. Exactly. Imported in from not Switzerland but Taiwan, and they're not 100% authentic from the and you're like, they're kind of cheap. They're kind of decent looking. And I can get a Romex for $100, and I don't have
almost like Trump's watch.
Yeah, like Trump's watches.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And Mark Robinson reminds me of that guy, a street hustler, just somebody that's out of his depth, has no reason to be in governance. Like this guy can't even spell the legislature. He can't spell lieutenant governor. This guy is congenitally stupid. Yeah. Definitely does not belong in the governor's mansion, and nor is he going to win. He's getting slaughtered in the polling. Like he's down 10, 15 points. He's going to get blown out. Yeah. Like, he's going to set a North Carolina record on how bad he's going to suck.
Because most governors' races in North Carolina are actually really close.
Yeah, the one in 2016 was like 40,000 votes or 10,000 votes. Like that. The last one was a little further apart. I think it was like 200,000-300,000 votes. But that's still, we're a pretty populated state. That's a pretty close margin of win. But Mark. It says a lot about Mark Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
As far as
so, what do you think? Yeah, I mean, I know you're going to talk about that. You do talk about it on your show, but
yeah,
he's getting.
I'll say the same thing I said on the show. He's flaming out.
Okay.
He's at the point where everybody that follows him knows he's full of shit.
Yeah.
He knows he's full of shit. And he knows what it's when you've told lies for so long that you've got to go ridiculous. You got to, like Mark Robinson. Mark Robinson and Trump were a lot alike from the fact that they know they're flaming out. They know they're desperate. So they trying to claw their way back to relevance, whether it's talking about Arnold Palmer's handicap or working a fake McDonald's job or whatever. But Donnie McClown Shoes is an absolute joke. It isn't even qualified to work at McDonald's because felons can't work at McDonald's. So
that's right.
We got a guy applying for a job, arguably the highest job in the type of genre that he's looking for, a political election, a political elected office. Our president is arguably the top of the food chain.
So, you know what, Jenny, I was going to ask you this question, but I didn't want to interrupt you on your show when you were talking about this. I don't get many things. I don't get, but I don't get what the purpose of this McDonald's gimmick and stunt was. I mean, I know what he's saying was, and his spokespeople are saying, it's highlighting Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris's. They're saying that she's lying about working at McDonald's when she was younger, and him going into McDonald's and serving fries and in a fake way. There were fake cars in the drive-through. It was just all for photo ops. It's highlighting that. Who is he highlighting that to? I mean, I know the answer is to his base. I mean, all he's doing in these last days are going, okay, I just need to keep your attention, so they won't get bored.
It's an example of that he peaked at 14 or 15. He has the maturity of a 14 or 15-year-old, I'm going to show you, it's a very...
is there any... do you think there's anyone that... Yeah, do you think there's anyone that saw that and go, he's working at McDonald's. Oh yeah, I don't believe her that she worked at McDonald's. I don't get who he thinks. It's like the person who is the one protester, the one pastor protester at the Pride parades who's saying, do they think someone's actually going to stop and go, you've convinced me?
Yeah, I'm going to stop being gay. So first of all, nobody that's going to vote for somebody like Harris, a progressive person, a person that wants to see America to be better, is going to vote for him instead because, Donnie McClown Shoes handed out a few sacks of fries to some fake customers while McDonald's was shut down for the political stuff. It's not going to convince anybody. Honestly, he does most of this for himself. And he has a narcissistic personality where he basically does a lot of this stuff, whether he's blathering on about Arnold Palmer's penis size or whatever he's talking about at the time. It's for him. And maybe that's what it boils down to. He's done all this stuff for himself. This has nothing to do for patriotism or loving his country. He doesn't give two shits.
Yeah.
He doesn't give two shits about anything. And he's always said that. Yeah. He's always maintained that part. Is that he's kind of made fun of evangelical Christians early on. Can you believe these guys? They'll believe anything I say. It's the reason why he embraced some of these right-wing despots is because he knew them. He knew who his marks were.
Yeah.
He knows his audience. They're the same suckers and losers that went to his fake university or bought his fake steaks or have supported him over the years in any of his scams and schemes, continue to buy golden sneakers and golden cows or whatever the fuck he's selling at the time, $100,000 genuine Japanese, Chinese watches imported in. Like the dude the reason he can keep doing these scams and grifting is because they keep lining up.
Well, it almost, I know we're up against our first break, but it almost feels like he's like one of those Make-A-Wish kids, and it's like the last days of, it's his last days, and they're just making every wish. I really would like to serve fries at a McDonald's. Let's make it happen. I really would like to, that's what it feels like in a crazy, crazy way. But, he's, in a way, I'm glad he's,
time for him, time for Grandpa to go to the home.
That's right. Listen, we're up against our first break. We've actually run really way over in our first segment. So we'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire that used to be the state of Florida. And we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching. And support local black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo Bakery. It has some fabulous pastries, food, king cakes, all kinds of specialty cakes, swallows, and much, much more. Some of the best food you eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo's Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce show every week. Don't forget you can watch us visually on our video podcast platforms on Facebook and YouTube, but you can also listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the other ones that your favorite, whatever your favorite is. Once again, thank you for watching us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. We'll dance out.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching our spring shows and sticking with us. And we've got a fabulous summer lineup. I hope y'all are excited as I am. And let's enjoy our summers. Hot Girl Summer 2024. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. So we have a great fall lineup, and we encourage you to tune in to many of our fabulous shows, like our Say show, and many more things in October and November as well. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all. Well, welcome back, everyone. So this is Christian Cano on Coffee. It's not going to work. All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to watch the outtakes to understand what Jenny and her are talking about.
It's as believable as Trump working at McDonald's.
Exactly. I went to Trump University to get my radio, TV, film degree. All right, here we go. That's right. Okay, so more on a serious topic, because this is a serious topic. But we're at the last show before the election. I think all of the stress and stuff is starting to come out of what's going on. Voto 2024. Can America stop the stupid? So we're going to talk about this for about 10 minutes, Jen. So here we are. All the metaphors or whatever. It's 4th and 10, 4th and goal. We're at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
This is we're here. We've been going all year round. You and I have been doing this for a long time, and heck, it feels like we've been doing this since 2016. Actually, really 2018, probably 2017. After the first year Trump was in office, we realized, oh shit, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. So we've been doing this for a while. So we have been trying to do everything we can to educate people. We've done some good. I think I would like to say, even if we convince 1 or 2 people. So give us your last spiel. Why is this, other than the obvious reasons, why is this election so important? But not only important, why is it important to send a strong message about, I say, stopping the stupid, but give me your last spiel before the election.
One of the reasons that 2024 is so important is because 2016 wasn't important to a lot of people. A lot of people sat out. A lot of good people watched what we knew Trump to be a shitbag back then, too. We knew that he had a fake university. He was already found guilty of that in a civil court. We already knew the Billy Bush tapes. We already knew that he had no regard for women. We knew that he was going to be able to appoint justices if he won. And Hillary reminded us every day that, hey, we got one justice appointment being held up for this election. And a lot of Democrats stayed home and a lot of Republicans voted. Mm-hmm. And so it wasn't important in 2016, and that's why we ended up with Trump. In no real world should a stupid ass rapist like him ever be elected to office. He's unqualified in every human way possible. Say what you want about Hillary, Joe Biden, or even Vice President Harris, they still look like geniuses next to him. Sure. George W. Bush looks like a genius next to Donald J. Trump. Mm-hmm. Say what you say about George W. Bush, but he was at least a decent human being. Dick Cheney, maybe not so much, but take the good with the bad. But sure. I will say without a shadow of a doubt, we're paying. This needs to be the find out election because we fucked around in 2016. We got it right in 2020 for the most part, but we gotta think of politics not as political sides like in a foosball game. We gotta start going. Is this person going, whether it's local, state, or federal, is this person going to help our country? Are they going to, are they talking about progressing? Are they not demonizing people? We don't need anybody in office on any level that's going to demonize people, target people. Why would you apply for a job to represent all the people and then demonize some of them to get the job? And if you put somebody like that in office, you deserve the governance that you're going to get, because eventually they're going to turn on you. They always do. Nazis always turn on their own. After they're done hurting everybody else that they hated. And Trump has over 100 times this year said he's going to, if he wins office, he's going to make the people pay that oppose him. Yeah. That's reason enough. That's not even stopping stupid. That's stopping evil. It's just, it's something that we should have done in 2016 when he was yelling, lock her up. We should have locked him up. Yeah. We should have never elected a moron like him. And we are paying for it. But I believe seeing the early results as far as the attendance, the amount of people that have voted. I voted on opening day here in North Carolina, which is October 17th, which was, as you can see this broadcast, that was 13 days ago. And absolutely, the polls were just packed with people in 2 different counties. And, you know, we've seen record turnout in early voting here in North Carolina, which usually favors the Democrats. It usually favors the progressive candidates. But also, too, it's exciting to see participate no matter who you are. I'm glad to see the turnout. I'm glad to see people embracing democracy. I'm glad that we're not seeing the, I got to vote for the lesser of two evils type mentality taking hold. I just stay home because Bernie didn't get the nomination. Or this, that. We're not seeing the crybaby politics, at least from the Democrats. We're just saying, get out there and vote.
You made a good point, Jenny, and I'll catch this when we come back. But if you like what you hear from Jenny, she does have a show that comes on 30 minutes, well, an hour after this one, because we have a shorter show. It comes on every Wednesday at 11:30. It's called Two Queers in a Truck. Join her show on your favorite audio podcast platform. Not yet on Apple. We're still waiting for that to come back. I haven't forgotten. So join her show, Two Queers in a Truck. And this last commercial will be about her show. Hey, I'm Christian Cano. I wanted to thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce shows. I also want to thank you so much for watching us on our video podcast, which is on Facebook and YouTube, but also for listening to us on our audio podcast shows on your favorite audio podcast platform like Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podcast Chaser, and many more. Once again, thanks for watching us and listening to us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. Bye, y'all.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget to join Jenny's show. It's her last show before the election. What all of us have been waiting for, well, at least I can speak for myself. I've been waiting for this all year long.
Yeah.
All right. So, to your point, Jenny, you were talking about, what you had said earlier, and it's almost like it's just a very. I've been waiting for this all year long. Since the year started, I knew this year would be one of those years where we had to do everything we could. We've done this before. It's
That's an understatement.
Yeah, that's right.
Mid-race.
That's right. So I feel good about this election. I feel good. I think everything has been tried. But the one thing that I have not heard that is different from 2020, the one thing I have not heard about that I heard a lot in 2020 was it's the better of two evils, or what was the term you used right before the break?
Lesser of two evils.
It's a lesser of two evils. I have not heard that once.
Mm-mm.
And to me, that's a very positive sign, because I have not heard that. Before we heard that in 2020. Remember? I don't like any of them. They're both.
We heard it a lot in 2016.
Yes. Yeah.
Is because they really, I think with 2016 and 2020, people saw Hillary and Biden as the establishment candidates. Mm-hmm. People have been in the political eye.
Sure.
Boring, white, older. And they look at Harris, and Harris herself is so uncomparable to Trump on many former prosecutor and top cop in California, 34 times convicted felon and predator. They couldn't be more different. And she's so youthful. She's so vivacious, so smart, is willing to do the hard interviews. We just saw her do the Fox interview, where she set the record straight to the point to where Bear was like, I can't really argue with you, against you. And so she is doing hard interviews. She's putting herself out there. She agreed to a second Trump debate, which he weaned out. The dude is he's just going to events where he can just talk and talk or sway to the music like he did in Georgia a couple of weeks ago, where he just was sitting there, hey, let's just play a DJ set, which his choice of music was really weird, like Village People's music and things like that. Like, it was a very Pride soundtrack.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
But he's just, we were starting to see him for, I think, at the end of this era, the end of this Trump era, we're seeing him as the creepy, weird predator that he is. But we also see her as this amazing human. We see how she is with her husband, Doug. And he's just such a breath of air and just supports her and just is excited. And there's this enthusiasm from Tim Waltz. And, in his beautiful moment with his son saying, hey, that's my dad. Like, if you didn't tear up then, there is no help for you. And she is what we've hoped for in American politics for a long time.
Yeah.
She is inspirational. She deserves to be president. She has earned it. She has earned my vote because I've already cast it for her. I proudly voted for Vice President Harris to be the next president of the United States. And she was never the second choice. And I believe that Biden ran to platform her to be president of the United States someday. But today's the day. We need her. We need her as much as she wants the job. We need somebody like that in the presidency that is going to come up with new ideas, with new enthusiasm, and our younger adults are craving it. I saw so many young people at the polls.
Oh, wonderful.
So many people below 40 actually voting. And I'm so excited to see how college campuses turn out. And I think I think we're going to see crazy record numbers, even higher than
I hope so.
2020,
Yeah.
which are the best numbers we saw in 100 years as far as voting percentages. But I truly believe it. I'm as hopeful now as I've ever been, and I feel like the record numbers and the participation says America has not given up on democracy.
Excellent point. We're going to jump directly into our Pendejo Chronicles.
And this is the Pendejo Chronicles.
All right. Last Pendejo Chronicles before the general election of 2024. And the winner is, appropriately, Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump is doing everything he can the last days of his relevancy. I don't. He's gonna continue to be who he is even until he passes away. Probably even after he passes away. But at least people are starting to go, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. That's what it feels like. It feels like the early stages of I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. All of his rhetoric, all of the stuff, the stuff he's saying about immigrants, the stuff he's saying, he's trying harder and harder to shock people, and it's becoming less and less relevant, so to speak. But more importantly, his former chief of staff, when you're watching this, his former chief of staff has come out, the general, I can't remember the general's name, is very highly regarded general. He's come out and confirmed to the world that that Trump said the things that he said about our former military and veterans. He said, yes, he did say that they're losers. Yes, he did say, the things that he said. And so I want to say, I don't think that he has any chance with veterans and military. I think they're going to clobber him. I don't think, the few black and brown men that allegedly he's winning over, if you're going to, and I've said this before, if you're going to win anyone over, win the people. I wouldn't be as concerned if you win the people who vote at very, very little percentages. Black and brown men have notoriously been hard to get out to vote. We always try to get them out to vote. Women voted high percentages. Young women voted high percentages. Older women voted higher percentages. If I had to win a group, I'd rather win I would rather win the woman vote than lose a couple of black and brown men. So Harris seems to be doing better with older voters. People who voted higher percentages.
I think we've heard his story 3 times.
Sure.
This is the third time he's run for president in 8 years.
Third time he's applied for the job.
Yeah. And he won once, lost once.
Yeah.
Never won the popular vote. Was an absolute failure in 2020 on how he handled the coronavirus. For the first time in history, there wasn't a peaceful transfer of power. He attempted a coup and attacked the Capitol, and what he referred to as a day of love. That right there will make him the forever pendejo of the week. He's forever going to be an asshole in my book and a total shitbag, and doesn't need to be anywhere near any elected office whatsoever. The only house he needs to go to is the big house prison. And it's the only suitable place where his career needs to end is behind bars, where he can't harm anybody else, and where he can be violated.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want to violate him.
Predator can become the prey. And
I mean, the best thing he's got working against him is I understand he notoriously smells bad. So,
like out in the wild when
has
animals put off a certain stink to scare off predators.
That's right.
He naturally does that too. His personality repulses a lot of people too. So I mean, there's a reason why he had to grab people. Yeah.
That's a good point. Well, listen, we're at the end of the show, the last show before the election. So I do hope you have enjoyed this season. We've got a lot more shows, so don't turn us off or stop listening to us. We haven't decided yet. Jenny and I when this show ends, we'll decide how we're going to do the day after the election show. So we'll talk about that.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. We may be we'll find out. So Jenny, any plans? The weekend that you see this will be actually the next day after you see this is Halloween, and then and the weekend before the election. Any plans or any notes you want to tell everyone before we end the show?
I'll say the same thing I've been saying since the summer, especially is reminding people you still got time. Today's the 30th. The early voting ends in most states on November 2nd, and then we have the big day next Tuesday. For Republicans, it's next Wednesday. They have a dedicated time. All Republicans, please vote. Your voting day is next Wednesday. That's for Democrats and liberals only. But anyway, you get out there and vote. Come on, guys. Let's participate. Let's not repeat 2016. I don't think we are. But this is the last push. We're at the finish line. We can end this American nightmare, and we can retire the rotting orange, and we can put somebody in office that absolutely deserves it and is absolutely qualified.
Sure. Yeah, good point. Good closing argument, Jenny. Good. You've done a great job all year round, and here we go. Just a couple more days, and we'll find out if we can stop the stupid. All right, y'all. We will see you next week, and next week we will determine whether we're going to do it live or whether we're taped. We'll find out. You'll find out. We'll surprise you. Let's just say that. We're going to surprise you.
It'll be find out moment.
That's right. We'll see you next week in Coffee Pan Dulce. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching and listening to Coffee Pan Dulce. And I will do a reminder for the people that have already voted. Thank you very much. We've been doing 13 days of early voting here if you're seeing the show. And if you haven't, you still got time. So in most states, early voting doesn't end until November 2nd. And then, of course, we have for Democrats next Tuesday, for Republicans next Wednesday. Beginning is great. Let me see. Except for Mark Robinson, I love him. But anyway, but get out there and vote. You still got time. You still make a plan. Get out there. It's easy. It's free. And it's your right. And thanks for listening as always. See y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Next up, thanks for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce. Next up is Two Queers and a Truck. Stay tuned.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Sounds great.
You sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying this. All I have to say is go. Yes.
As a non-Spanish speaker.
I was watching this broadcaster on ABC News Now, the streaming service, and I remember I forget if it was anyway, I'll talk about you privately, but Anderson Cooper was talking about one of the things that he had to remember when he started going into broadcasting is you have to take a class of how to deepen your voice. And this guy, I could tell, probably talks like my level, but when he's broadcasting, he goes, and now on ABC News, we want to talk about this. And I thought, okay, what would happen if I actually did an entire show just like this? And it's so obvious that it's going like this because of how your voice naturally, anyway. So I'm going to do this next segment like that. Here we go. All right, we're coming back. Okay, we're going to keep talking about this and do Pendejo Chronicles real quickly. All right, here we go.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.